What's up, Movie Tree Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back for yet another Schmoedown reaction video. This time, it is a throwdown, a live event that happened a couple of weeks ago. Of course, I missed it because I'm stupid, and I just took a bit of a break from watching Schmoedown matches after watching a ton of Schmoedown matches, and now I'm sort of in a weird position where I'm way behind on all the matches that I missed. However, I am trying to make up for that lost time before new matches start showing up tomorrow, as of the recording of this video. Anyways, this one is between Jeff Sneider and Chance Ellison. I mean, there really shouldn't be much of a question as to who I'm supporting in this match. I have never once liked Sneider ever since he entered this league. Not the person, obviously, but the Schmoedown player, the Schmoedown competitor, the way he carries himself in this league. Even when he rooted against Oyama, I wished both of them would have lost. Like, that's just the thing. I never liked Sneider, not even when he was going up against someone who, at the time, I didn't like. Of course, I'm an Oyama fan right now, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I am a major Chance Ellison fan, and I will never stop being a Chance Ellison fan. So I'm going with Corruption today. Obviously, participating myself, but participation points, I suppose. Don't expect any correct questions out of me. Here we go. The throwdown.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to this pay-per-view, and what a massive pay-per-view it is. This is a co-main event. These are two massive matches. The winner of the matches tonight will wind up facing each other in a number one contender match to find out who will face either Marisol McKee or Ethan Irwin in New York on October 9th for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World. There's a lot going on, Mark Ellis. What do you think, partner?
Whole lot of subplots and storylines bubbling up from a cauldron, and we call that the Schmoedown around these parts. So, Christian, great to be alongside of you for this really double heavyweight matchup we have here. Eventually, we're going to see Adam the Coyote Collins and JTE face off, but right now, we're talking about Jeff the Sneider. He's back, folks, and he's taking on the Cobra, Chance Ellison, for a shot at that match you talked about. And so there's a lot on the table right now, and it's all about to go down on a pay-per-view event. First for our incredible patrons, and then to the world.
It's a parallel on both of these matches because Jeff Sneider was the player of the year last year, had an incredible run in the tournament. And was team's champion. Lost the team's title in a tremendous match, and wound up losing a match to Dan Murrell in a tremendous match. But he has been kind of on the side. Same thing with Adam Collins. Adam Collins comes in as the champion, loses to Dan Murrell, right? And then in teams has been okay. It's been sitting back. JTE's having this extraordinary run in singles, beats Ben Goddard, beats Paul Preston. Chance Ellison having an extraordinary run in singles at the moment and getting himself to be right here where he is. And look at Chance Ellison playing in that match during Collision, and you look what he did. Some people say he was the MVP of that entire event, even though they lost. So this is going to be a crazy matchup. These are Chance is one of the youngest, greatest players we've ever had. Jeff is one of the best veterans we've ever had. He's a three-time teams champion. Some say the best teams player of all time. I'm excited for this event.
It's going to be fun, and it really is a contrast of styles here because you have the iconoclastic personality of Jeff Sneider, where sometimes he's free and relaxed and doesn't have a care in the world. Other times we can see how locked in and competitive he is. That's always Chance the Cobra Ellison, or at least we assume he has that steely gaze in his eyes because we can't see underneath those Ray-Bans. And so these are two competitors who not only love winning, they're going to love beating each other. One is going to have that honor. And for a look as to how we got here tonight, let's take a look at this.
And Jeff?
No comment.
Naturally. All right, Christian. Well, I tried on this one.
At least somebody tried.
You really did, Jen.
I'm glad somebody tried.
Get what this whole feel with that energy was.
Merle, though, does what Merle does and picks up his 17th victory in the movie trivia Schmoedown as he defeats Jeff Sneider.
Smell that? You know what that is? Glory. Sweet, sweet glory.
The Cobra!
Chance Ellison, Christian, perfect in this match.
You know, after sending Brendan Meyer back to the kiddie table where he belongs and stomping Lon Harris into the dirt, I got you, Jeff Sneider.
I've said it before, Chance Ellison is the muscle behind corruption. The one and only thing he really wants this season
And Mike is
to earn a
definitely
crack
the
at that
face.
singles belt.
You have tried and failed multiple times to get this title you so covet. You're not gonna fail. You're gonna do the one thing you've been good at this year. You're gonna go into that ring, you're gonna lie down, you're gonna do nothing while I stomp all over you and continue my path to that belt.
We're not afraid of anybody. We really aren't. I know that that singles belt is going to be ours, and this is just going to mean a long journey to get it. And I feel awful for him right now because that was a really, really tough loss.
You cannot remember a match that Jeff Sneider has had ever in the movie trivia Schmoedown where he's not fired up, ready, and this meant a lot to him.
2 matches away. I am this
Him
close.
against
to taking
Viviani,
that belt.
come on.
Nothing and no one will get in the way of that pursuit for him. Especially not Jeff the Quitter Sneider.
I like it, Jeff the Quitter Sneider. Love it.
I mean, you see that, and you look at who Chance Ellison beat just to get to this spot, right? He beats the kid, he beats Lon Harris, and he gets exactly where he is. Jeff Sneider had that incredible run last year. You talk about Ethan Irwin, the champ. Jeff beat him last season, right? So Jeff can beat anybody on any given day, and so could Chance could beat anybody on any given day. To see these guys match up, to watch this happen, this is going to be a lot of fun. And as you mentioned, the question is with Jeff Sneider, Roxy Stryer has been instrumental in getting him calm, relaxed during times when he doubts himself. He doesn't like a question. He throws his hands up in the air and he gets all. She says, calm down, calm down. No Roxy Stryer tonight. No manager tonight for Jeff Sneider. He decided, I don't want a manager. I'm going in by myself. I'm playing old school. Shannon will be there. So this is going to be a very, very interesting dynamic all the way around.
Obviously, Roxy Stryer not available to manage. He didn't not want her. He
yes,
not available. So
breaking her heart not to be here.
Point that out before the Schmoedown comes after.
I'm done with this guy. I'm not coming. No. Breaking her heart that she can't be here tonight. She wants to be here. And
it's an important note, though, because you do wonder if this is going to be one of those, like, maybe win one for the Gipper scenarios where it's like, hey, look, I don't have my coach who has always got me through hard times. And so if she can't appear tonight, maybe I'm going to put in some extra oomph to impress her, because as much as these fellas love competing, they also love their factions. They feel comfortable on the stars for Sneider, corruption for Chance, and so they want to do well by their managers. They're about to get their shot.
You ready?
Yeah, I kind of set you up right there.
It's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the singles division. Introducing first,
That is what the Cobra
representing corruption with a record of 5 wins, 4 defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is the former 2-time movie trivia Schmoedown Teams Champion of the World, the Cobra, Ellison! Chance, what a year you are having, my friend. The collision did not necessarily go your way, but everybody was talking about what you did in the speed round, how you've been playing. Now, we know that you are the youngest player to ever win a championship. You're the youngest player to ever win 2 championships. However, you have made it very, very clear, you've been very vocal about it, that singles title is what you yearn for. So, my friend, how are you feeling going up against Jeff Sneider to get to that number 1 contender match?
Oh, I feel great. Just been in the game a long time. I've been seeing him do these things for a long time. And the one thing I thought watching Jeff Sneider through all these years is this, God, I want to beat that dude.
Yeah.
Even before I was in the league,
That's what
I thought to myself,
says.
God, I want to beat that dude. So I'm happy I get to be here, get to do this live, get to do this on pay-per-view because I am a headliner. Even on the first match, I am a headliner. I'm glad you all get to watch me headline this match when I beat Jeff Sneider in the dirt.
Yeah, rattlesnake's more common to your home of Arizona, but you're an uncommon competitor, not the least of which for reasons that you know a lot about movies, sure, but you can also get in the head of your opponent. How do you get in the head of Jeff Sneider today? How do you play those mind games that might give you a psychological advantage?
I mean, Roxy's not here, so basically the work does itself. I mean, he misses one thing, gets one thing he doesn't like, he's out of it, he's done. So, Jeff, you are very courageous for not coming in with any management, but it's also kind of a stupid move on your part, too.
So, Chance, this is, should you win, there's possibly Collins is going up against JTE. You could see Collins. Yeah. You could see JTE. Do you think about that stuff going into it, or you just look at the Sneider first?
It's in the back of my mind, but what's one thing I always say, Christian? Focus on what's in front of me, not what's ahead. So when I take care of Sneider, and when Adam takes care of JT in the next match, we'll talk about that. But right now, I got to take care of Sneider.
All right. Well, good luck to you, sir. We'll see you in just a moment. And his opponent, representing the Stars, with a record of 13 wins, 9 defeats, and 3 knockouts. He is the 2020 Player of the Year and the former 3-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Teams Champion of the World, the Sneider, Jeff Sneider! Jeff Sneider, the Sneider, who has been asking, put me in, coach. When do I play? What's happening? And you get this match against Ellison with an opportunity to face either Adam Collins, who you have faced before, or JTE, should you win here tonight. How are you feeling going up against the Cobra?
A little nervous. Chance, I think, is like one of the hottest players in the league right now. I thought he did a great job at Collision. Obviously choked on that last question. But yeah, I think he's a great player, and he's got a bright future in this league, which is why he must wear the sunglasses all the time.
He also has a manager tonight, and you, Dalton, it's no secret that Roxy Stryer and you have a great relationship. She is always in your corner. She's always motivating you when you need it the most. So how do you manage yourself tonight? How do you become, like Bill Russell famously did for your Boston Celtics, become somewhat of a player coach?
If you look closely, Roxy is right here on my shoulder, whispering in my ear, just take it one question at a time and force him to answer his 5-pointer. So she gave me a good pep talk before this match. I am sorry that she wasn't able to make it, but she's got a good excuse. And after this, I don't think Chance is going to have any excuses.
So I got to ask you the same question I asked him, because yes, there is a possibility that Chance, should he win, plays Collins. And obviously you could play Collins if Collins wins. However, there's an opportunity if JTE wins that the Patriots could clash once again. You have made it very clear that loss to JT in the singles tournament, that stung you. So does that get into your head a little bit?
I would love to restart the revenge tour that I was on last year and, take down JT and Collins since I lost to both of them. But first, I got to get through Chance Ellison. I know that's not going to be easy today, particularly since he's got Shannon, and no one gets under my skin quite like Shannon. It's good. It's definitely going to be a battle.
All right. Well, good luck to you, sir. We'll see you in just a moment. All right, Mark, our competitors are here. Round number 1 is about to begin. How does it go?
The rules of round number 1 in this epic pay-per-view clash are as follows. 8 questions are asked to the field of competition in 8 different corners of the Schmoedown galaxy. Each question's worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing. At least there isn't in round number 1. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match, named for some guy long ago who kept asking us to repeat the question. That is your repeat. Not sure you heard it right. Use a JTE. You also each have 1 challenge you may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in managers if one is here, and they will deliberate to their heart's content. It will ultimately be your manager that confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. Jeff Sneider obviously managing himself tonight, so he will have the power to issue a challenge.
All right, so Jeff, are you ready?
Ready, steady, go.
Chance, are you ready?
Let's get it.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number 1. Question number 1, and here's the first question. We're going to start with the 1980s. Which actor played Detective Eddie Valiant in the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Christian, you ever see those old clips of Bill Russell being a player coach on the sidelines? The greatest winner in the history of team sports, and then he's a great coach as well.
Yes. 5, 4.
Are you mad?
No, 2. I'm agreeing with you. 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And Jeff
I got
Sneider.
it wrong. John Belushi?
Bob Hoskins.
Yes, sir. And Chance.
Keep mixing those 2 up? They're not even
Question 2.
Roger. Your next question is in the realm of movie release dates. And it is, what year saw the release of The Bourne Identity, Signs, and Die Another Day? One of those movies proved instrumental on Christian, Sam Levine, and I's appearance on Doug Loves Movies.
Absolutely true. It happened. That was fun.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As Christian puts his burger below his desk, let's go to Chance first.
2002.
2003?
That is correct. How about Jeff?
2002.
Making Scott Mance proud.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to stop kicking over my water bottles and get to famous actors and actresses. Which actor appeared in the films Lethal Weapon 2, A Bronx Tale, and Gone Fishing?
Need to get you a manager.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get
I got one, buddy.
right at all.
Look at yourself in the mirror. You'll see him.
No reason to have a whiteboard.
And 5,
I hereby resign.
4. Can't do it. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we're going to start here with Jeff Sneider.
Joe Pesci?
Yes. Chance.
Joe Pesci.
Tie game. 3-3 as we get to question number 4.
They're feeling it early. Let's see how we do with the category of dramas. The question, which actor stars as a teenager named Elio Perlman in the film Call Me By Your Name?
So you watch both these players. These great players. Both really made their names in the teams division. But look
early on, yes, and sometimes carrying those teams.
That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start with Chance Ellison.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yes. And Jeff.
What's the spelling on that, Chance?
He spells it with 2 E's.
Timothy Chalamet, and I even the accent.
All right. They both got it right. They both got it right.
I thought he misspelled the last name. That's why. That's all.
All right. Here is the next question. Here's the next question. This is question 5, and we're going to go to action adventure. Who directed the films Last Action Hero and The Hunt for Red October?
Jeff's had a number of impressive team partners in his career. Chance Ellison obviously doing great work alongside Mike Kalinowski, an incredible player in his own right.
Absolutely. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
First one for Jeff.
And there's Chance.
Who directed the films
talking.
Last Action Hero and The Hunt for Red October? It's the first one for Jeff Sneider.
I think it was the comment on
I like how
spelling
Chance
that really
has his ready, although like it's an
threw
axe
Sneider
or
off
like a
his game.
sledgehammer.
5,
Like
You
how to hold
learn.
a bowling ball.
3, 2,
Wasn't paying
1.
attention to the question.
Pens down, hands up. We start with Jeff Sneider.
I don't know. John McTiernan?
Yes, sir. And Chance.
Not bad, John McTiernan.
So they both get it. Jeff uses the JTE to get it. And now we get to our next question.
And let's go to the world of comedies. Swing and a miss for a point. Which actress co-stars with Jackie Chan as Delilah Dell Blaine in the action comedy The Tuxedo? Last time you wore one.
I think I went to a wedding recently. Well, recently, 2 years ago at this point. And
Were you standing on a cake?
5, 4, 3, 2,
I
1.
know this.
Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start with Chance Ellison.
Sarah
Is it
Michelle
Claire
Gellar.
Forlani?
It is not. And Jeff Sneider.
Ashley Judd?
We're looking for Jennifer Love Hewitt,
Okay.
who was also at the wedding Christian was referencing.
No perfect rounds. No perfect rounds, but both still tied up. Here's your next question. We're going to go with crime films for question 7.
Good question.
What film from director Tom Ford follows a wealthy art gallery owner who is haunted when reading her ex-husband's symbolic and violent novel?
So that Tom Ford, like, that's the fashion guy, right?
Yeah.
And then he just decides, I'm good at making clothes. Why not direct movies?
Yeah. He went like, it looked and you could tell. 5, 4, 3,
Talent.
2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start with Jeff Sneider.
Nocturnal Animals.
Yes. Chance.
Nocturnal Animals.
Still tied up. Both the Cobra and the Insnider as we get to our final question here in round number 1.
I think Tom Ford actually makes tuxedos. Your final category in round 1 is horror/thriller. And the question, which actor/singer plays Junior, one of the 3 criminal home invaders in 2002's Panic Room?
You know, what's interesting is that Sneider has been to the singles title dance before. Chance has not. And it was in New York when Sneider got to do it.
0 questions.
And 5,
Answered correctly.
4, 3, 2,
Probably should have gotten that
1.
Bob
Pens down.
Hoskins one. I'm
Hands
so
up,
mad
please.
about
We
that.
start with Chance.
Jared Leto?
Yes. And Sneider.
You almost got me there, but Jared Leto.
I did the same thing.
Jared Leto. And it is tied. Both only miss once.
Cheddar.
Same question, and it is tied up going into round number 2. What a round for both Sneider and Chance. Mark, what are the rules around number 2?
It's less work for us if there's no bonus questions. So we go to round number 2, and it is the wheel round. A lot of divisive topics in the world these days, but everybody loves the virtual wheel. Each competitor gets a spin at it. 4 questions emerge once you settle on a category. Each question is worth 2 points apiece. Unless you need multiple choice, I'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. Tie ball game here, Christian, but it is going to be Jeff Sneider by proxy of tiebreaker who gets the first crack at the wheel if he wants it. Jeff, would you like to spin first or defer to your snaky opponent?
Sneaky opponent.
Oh, I wish I had my manager here, but I think I'm going to defer.
All right, Shannon, 60 seconds starting now.
I would say it's so peaceful in the room without the grating sounds of Roxy Schreier, but it's equally as obnoxious because Jeff Sneider is still here.
Yeah,
Chance,
that's true.
we didn't go perfect, neither did he. We got a tie ball game here. The thing is, Roxy is Jeff Sneider's life support. She's not just his mentor, his coach, she is his lifeblood. There is no Jeff Sneider winning without Roxy Schreier, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to the life support machine and we're just going to turn it off, okay? And we're going to do that via round 2. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, doesn't matter. Still tie ball game. I'm ready to go.
Yep. All right, let's get it, baby. Let's get that wheel up.
And here's the spin. All right.
No matter what it hits, buddy, you know you got this.
Round and round it goes. Oh no! Did the wheel do its thing?
Did it? Opponent's choice.
Good.
So Sneider gonna come on in. Sneider, you are gonna choose. You got 60 seconds to decide what you want to give him. Starting now. Jeff Sneider is going to be thinking here. Mark is
this is tough.
a little different here, obviously, as he thinks about it. Normally, you'd have the conversation between Roxy and
Oh,
Jeff.
so you're trying to fill time.
I didn't scout Chance. So I don't know if he knows his Harry Potter stuff. You know what? I am going to give him Harry Potter just to take it off the wheel for me.
All right, so Harry Potter. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see.
I don't want to deal with Harry Potter at all.
All right, so Jeff Sneider going with a strategy move here, giving the Intergleton player the Wizarding World, but wants to take it off for himself. All right, so Pants,
Yeah.
you're going to get 4 questions in the realm of Harry Potter, or excuse me, Wizarding World. Are you ready?
I am.
Chance, are you a Harry Potter guy? I didn't watch any tape on you because you didn't threaten me at all.
You're about to find out. Let's go.
Okay.
In the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Dobby's tombstone reads, "Here lies Dobby,
me?
a what?"
A free elf.
Free elf.
A
Yes, sir. That is
Correct. Both
correct.
competitors, good to see your hands.
Okay, I got my answer.
All right,
Jeff,
here's question
need to
2.
see your hands too, just in
I'm
case
so
a
mad
steal
because I
opportunity
answered it in
arises.
my-
Thank
I
you.
don't think you have to worry
Potter
about me stealing a thing, but okay.
Gotta cover my
It was
bases.
challenged,
All right.
so I lost
In the Crimes of Grindelwald, The Crimes of Grindelwald opens with Grindelwald in captivity in what year?
$1932.
Is incorrect. Jeff, The Crimes of Grindelwald
28?
opens with Grindelwald in captivity in what year?
1931.
For 1927.
Ooh.
Great.
27 and
It's
28.
still pretty close.
Question 3.
I was close.
Who played Cedric Diggory, the student who was killed near the end of The Goblet of Fire?
Robert Pattinson.
I know him as Rob Bats and Bats, but is Robert Pattinson.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. Last question here for Chance Ellison.
I knew that one, by the way, Chance.
Oh, shocker!
When Professor Lupin first saw Harry Potter, he recognized that he was Harry by what physical feature?
His eyes. He's got his mother's eyes, apparently. You know, Harry, when I first
His
saw
eyes.
you, I recognized
Correct for
you
2 more
immediately.
points. Chance
Not by
Ellison.
your scar, by your
So
eyes.
Chance does miss one
Mother
and doesn't go
Lily's.
perfect in the round. So
Harry,
the strategy
I knew it.
might have paid off for
I can
Snyder.
keep on,
He
you know, I
takes it
can go
off
on,
of
you know.
the board, and now it is Jeff's turn to spin the wheel. All right, now Jeff Snyder will have his spin,
Hey, I
and
got
here it is.
myself 3 points.
What a relief. I don't have to answer 4 Harry Potter questions.
You might need to answer some Pixar.
What a relief we don't have to ask 4 more Harry Potter questions.
Yeah.
Gualamo
Del Toro it is.
I think he's going to take it.
You to keep it? Spin away.
No, respin.
Okay.
Respinning away from Del Toro. All right, here it is.
Respinning away. Get out of here.
All right, so spinning away.
Get out of here, Guillermo.
It's not going to be opponent's choice, or is it?
No, it's not. Thriller.
So close.
Thriller just almost landed on opponent's choice, but it goes to Thriller.
All right, Jeff, you have 4 questions in the realm of Thriller now facing you. 2 points apiece unless you need multiple choice. Your first question. What object does Annie Wilkes use to hobble Paul Sheldon in the film Misery?
A sledgehammer.
A sledgehammer.
Yeah, a wooden block helped there too. The sledgehammer is what we were looking for.
I was
Snyder
looking for
gets
the
it
specific
2
type
points,
of
and
the
he cuts the
hammer.
lead of the Cobra to
a
4.
sledgehammer.
3 questions remain in the world of Thriller. Here's your next one. 2 more points. In what 1990s film does a group of high school students have a violent confrontation with their teacher, played by Helen Mirren?
teaching Mrs. Tingle.
Mrs. Tingle was indeed her name, and they taught her a lesson. I don't advise doing the same. That is correct, 13-11. So if Sneider hits his penultimate question in the world of thrillers, we could be tied, and then he'll have a chance to take the lead going into round 3. Jeff, that question. Who co-stars as Ian alongside Emma Roberts in the 2016 thriller Nerve?
Five, 4, 3.
Dave Franco.
No nerves on either one of these competitors. That is correct. We got us a tied ball game. It is 13 apiece. Jeff, the Sneider now has a chance to take a lead going into round 3. That lead could be as plump as 2 points. Your final question in round 2, which featured the blockbuster hit Misery already, is now: who plays Precinct Head Captain McKenna in the 2019 film 21 Bridges?
Precinct Head? That's kind of a weird title.
5, 4, 3.
J.K. Simmons.
A resigned Jeff Sneider gets it correct, and he aced that round. And so now it is 15-13. Sneider on top of Ellison as we careen into round 3.
That was a very impressive round by both guys. Even that one miss by chance in that Wizarding World. Incredible, tough questions in both their round 2s, and unbelievable. Jeff Sneider up by 2. As we get into round number 3, Mark, what are the rules?
Let me try to remember them. In round 3, here's how it works. We need some help from each competitor. The help will arrive in a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from each of you. These numerals may not be the same as your opponent because each integer corresponds to a unique category of Schmoedown mystery. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one, 3 points. Your final question is worth 5 big, possibly match-determining points. It is a 15-13 lead for Jeff Sneider over Chance Ellison. So, Jeff, we're going to get your lucky numbers first. We can't confirm if any one of them will, in fact, be sexy, but hopefully we'll get word after the fact.
Got it. All right, it's 1 through 20?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4, 9, 15.
4, 9, 15 for Sneider and for Chance.
2, 12, 14.
2, 12, 14, did you say, Chance? Okay, 2, 12, and 14 for Chance Ellison. All right.
I can absolutely confirm that not only were those numbers completely unsexy, they were utterly devastating, and they will be the demise of Jeff Sneider. Chance, I want to ask you one question. It's a yes or no question, okay? Do you believe in yourself?
Yes.
Okay, and that is why you're going to win this match today, because you know you're great. The difference between you and Jeff Sneider is that you know you're great, and Jeff Sneider knows he ain't. All right? He knows that in his heart of hearts. And that is going to sink him because he doesn't believe in himself. And he has no one else in this room that believes in him. And all you need to do is trust yourself in this, okay?
Okay.
Talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling.
Now I feel good. You know what? Doesn't matter. Only down 2. Things can happen. This is not an unovercomable deficit. So I'm fine. Let's go.
Not by a long shot. You got all your repeats. You got a challenge if you need it. Let's get them.
Let's get it.
All right, so we are going to start with Chance Ellison here. Mark, he chose category 2. Category 2.
2, and Chance's category has linked up with the Oscars. Very, very fancy ceremony where Jackie Chan and Jennifer Love Hewitt probably have been to. Your question for 2 points to tie the lead of your opponent. Tom Hanks won his first Best Actor Oscar for playing lawyer Andrew Beckett in what film from director Jonathan Demme?
Philadelphia.
Is correct for 2 points. We're tied, and we're going over to Jeff Sneider's yard.
All right, so Jeff Sneider chose category 4. Category 4.
And that corresponds with a young man who does almost as many crunches as I, Brad Pitt.
Almost, yeah.
And Jeff, your question. To get that 2-point lead right back in the world of Brad Pitt was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor. For what 2008 David Fincher film?
The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
The only human who can survive on the beach from old. That is correct for 2 points. And now Sneider regains that 2-point lead. So now we go back to Chance Ellison, Christian, who has a chance to take the lead outright.
That's right. Chance Ellison has category 12. Category 12. And he chose. Category is Tom Hanks.
Philadelphia.
I mean, there's a chance. Yeah. For 3 points, your question. For the outright lead, Ted Danson, Nathan Fillion, Bryan Cranston, and Paul Giamatti appear in what 1990s Tom Hanks film? Tom Hanks starring film, excuse me.
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
First one.
All right. 2 remaining. Category, Tom Hanks. The question, Ted Danson, Nathan Fillion, Bryan Cranston, and Paul Giamatti appear in what 1990s Tom Hanks starring film?
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Is incorrect. Looking for Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. All right.
Saving Private Ryan.
Really?
Chance Ellison. Chance Ellison has got to hit his 5. He hits his 5, forces it back to Jeff Sneider. However, if he misses his 5, Jeff Sneider will go on to play in a number 1 contender match against either JTE or Adam Collins. All right, Chance. You chose category 14.
14, Chance. And if you're starting to see a theme here, it's completely accidental because 14 corresponds to Denzel Washington.
Philadelphia.
Can't write this stuff. Well, actually, they wrote a lot of questions. Here's one that is important because it's for 5 points to stay in the match and to force the hand of your opponent. Your 5-pointer in the category of the great Denzel Washington. What 1987 Denzel Washington-led movie is set in South Africa?
Repeat the question.
Second one.
All right.
Hands up.
What 1987 Denzel Washington-led movie is set in South Africa?
Smiling. He knows it.
Hands up, Chan.
He knows it.
My hands are up.
Oh, sorry. Good gloves.
You can't see him, the black gloves.
Sorry.
Repeat the question.
Last one.
All right. Categories Denzel Washington. What 1987 Denzel Washington-led movie is set in South Africa?
Cry Freedom.
It's correct, Christian. He got it. He knows other Denzel Tom Hanks movies than Philadelphia. And now Chance Ellison scores a huge 5-point question earn, but it is still anyone's ball game. It's a 3-pointer. Chance Ellison leading over Jeff Sneider, and now Sneider has a chance to get the win.
All right. So Jeff, not to get the win, to tie it up.
Eventually, he will get the chance to win.
Yes, sir. All right. So here we go. So here is Jeff Snyder's 3 in order to tie it. Jeff Sneider, you chose category 9, fantasy sci-fi.
Oh, boy.
Fantasy science fiction, Jeff. For 3 points and the tie. Your question. Brigitte Nielsen stars alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger in this 1985 epic sword and sorcery film.
I think it's a little too late for Conan the Barbarian.
5,
And Conan
4,
the Destroyer.
3.
Conan the Barbarian.
Looking for Red Sonja.
Wow. So what an interesting situation we are. No chance for sudden death now. It's either Jeff hits it and goes to the number 1 contender match, or he misses and Chance Ellison goes to that match. Jeff Sneider, he chose
I said
category
the other two,
15.
but not the one.
15. And back in the day, before Chance was born, you'd walk into video stores, you'd look at a bunch of sections, the most popular of which was new releases.
Aw, come
And that
on!
happens to be your category for the win. Your question for 5 points in the category of new releases, Jeff.
He's got this.
KJ Appa plays real-life musician Jeremy Camp in what 2020 religious-themed film?
Gotta be kidding me.
Oh, is it possible he doesn't know that?
You gotta be kidding me. A faith-based film?
4, 3, 2.
The question.
Second one.
All right. You have one J2 remaining.
No idea what it is. You already won, Chance. You can celebrate.
KJ Appa plays real-life musician Jeremy Camp in what 2020 religious-themed film?
Again, asking a Jew about a Christian film. Unbelievable.
Go ahead, blame the questions. Come on.
5,
Who would know this?
3, 2.
The question.
Last one.
Final question in the world of new releases. KJ Appa plays real-life musician Jeremy Camp in what 2020 religious-themed film?
Congratulations, Chance. I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, he
5,
said some things.
4, 3,
Who would know this?
2,
Nobody is the answer.
1.
I do, baby. I still believe.
And the Cobra, Chance Ellison!
Chance Ellison still believes, stays in the pocket and gets it, and with that defeats Jeff Sneider 2017. Sneider asked, who would know
Not
it?
a bad year.
Apparently Chance Ellison had it, and it is 27.
Saw that trailer so many freaking times.
And now Chance Ellison will await the winner of Adam Collins and JTE. He will be in the winner's circle with Jen Sturger. I mean, look, so that's what I'm talking about. The question is, at that point, during those rounds, if Roxy's here and Roxy's able to tell Jeff, just, stay in it. Jeff got one question that he didn't necessarily think he knew. He got upset again, and he did that thing. Now, I don't necessarily know that that's going to help him get to the 5-pointer there. I mean, that he didn't know it, but I just wonder, because it looked like we were going either to sudden death or Jeff was going to take that win.
I felt like Jeff was in control of his game the entire time. I think he just came across a 5-pointer that was very tough that he couldn't hit. And while we do not base questions based on the religious denomination of who was answering them at the time, it was a tough 5-pointer. Jeff couldn't pull it, and thus Chance Ellison gets the W. But a very well-played match by both competitors here. Roxy Strider, of course, adds a lot to Jeff's game, but I thought he showed up. He was prepared. He was ready to go. He was mentally in it. Chance Ellison gets the W here today, and it's a big win for him, for Corruption, and possibly his title hopes. So right now, we're going to toss it over to the great Jen Sturger with an interview with the winner, Chance Ellison, and his manager, Shannon Barney, the queen of Corruption.
All smiles from Corruption right now, as I can see. Well, as close as Chance gets to really smiling. It's, stoicism's kind of your thing.
Well, let's stop right there, Jen. Because while I'm happy I got the win, while I'm glad I got to put up points for the faction, this win is no reason to celebrate. I played sloppy. I gave up points where I shouldn't. And if I want to get to that title shot, those are things I can't do. So I'm glad I won.
That's
I'm glad
what I love about
going.
him.
But
he knows how to
not a
criticize
reason to
his own
celebrate.
gameplay.
I gotta ask you, Shannon, did you get a little nervous after he missed that 3?
No, not really, because Chance is just a clutch player. Chance is an incredible, absolute dominant player. And I trusted him, and I know that Chance believes in himself. He doesn't say that just to make me happy. He says it because he believes it and he knows it. So I trust that Chance is going to come out and get the job done. I told Chance right before this match started that this is his time. This is his moment. This is his opportunity. This is what we work for. He wasn't going to just drop the opportunity.
I think it's so crazy that you knew his 5 because he asked, "Who would know this?" And you're just sitting there with it on your,
you can't write it.
Exactly, with it on your whiteboard. You know, Chance, after your performance at Collision and now obviously this match, you are going to be in your first number 1 contender match. How crazy does this feel?
It's weird. Jen, my entire career has led to this moment. No, not leading to this moment. Leading the moment after. But I'm this close. I have never been this close to a singles title shot. I can almost taste it. I'm right there. And look, part of my play here. You know, I know I got to clean up my game in some places, but I can't stop now. This train cannot stop in the next match.
So next match obviously is JTE versus Collins. I'm assuming that you're hoping to see your faction mate win, but that also might make things a little weird, right?
No, I ain't gonna be worried at all. I mean, what corruption? We check ego at the door. It doesn't matter if we're playing each other. Look what me and Mike did last year. Our 2 top players going in to shot the title. Were we at each other's throats? Were we disrespectful? Were we going against the team? No, because the team matters more than anything. So I would love to see Adam win the next match. He's going to win the next match. And that way, you know, whether or not, you know, what happens to the 2 of us. One of us is going to get a shot at that belt.
Shannon, that's got to make you feel pretty happy about that.
Of course it does. Like I said, I mean, look, I'm in a win-win situation here. Either way, I've got options. Chance is on the road to a title shot, and we're not throwing it away.
Well, congratulations again on today's win. We may be looking at a future number 1 contender. Let's just wait and see who your opponent's going to be.
There's no May. You look at the future number 1 contender.
Corruption Invitational Part 2. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
Thank you to Chance Ellison. Obviously very excited for that victory there. Now, Chance Ellison will go on to play either JTE or Adam Collins coming up in just a moment. Getting word, Jeff Sneider, too hot, doesn't want to do the post-interview, so he's not going to be doing a post-interview at the moment. So that's what we got. That's what we got, but we got a winner there inside of Chance Ellison, who awaits. He made it. He finally did it. He got himself to a number 1 contender match.
Yeah, no, look, again, a very tough 5-pointer that Jeff had to answer. And I will say this, I thought he composed himself very well during the match. Like I said before, he didn't have the aid of Roxy Stryer. It seemed like he was able to manage himself okay. He just came across a very tough question. And now I guess he doesn't feel like having the post-match interview. But beside that, you got to look at Chance Ellison and how cool, calm, and collected those 3 famous C's that he was able to maintain during the match that had a lot of different turns and plot twist. He managed to stay cool and get his 5-pointer, force it to Jeff. Jeff wasn't able to capitalize on, again, a tough question. And so now Chance Ellison is going to be a very interested viewing party, as is Shannon Barney, for obvious reasons, for this next matchup. That's just going to be, I mean, I don't know how you follow what we just saw.
I don't. I don't know. Who knows? But we do know that Chance Ellison, he's that close. He has got himself to a point. He is, you know, he's wanted this. He's wanted it. He's getting close now. He's got 3 wins this season, and now he is going to sit back, relax, and wait. So,
I mean, relax might be a strong word.
Well, we'll see. We're going to sit back for just a second. I'm going to go eat something, and when we get back, it's Collins. It's JTE. We'll see you in a minute.
Okay, so, well, Jeff the Quitter Sneider does it again, apparently. As soon as he heard the name of the category, which was fantasy sci-fi, I'm pretty sure at that moment he was out of it. And then obviously the faith-based thing. I mean, again, it's so typical Sneider, blaming the questions for why he lost. Didn't even want to take a guess. Blew through a couple of repeats. You know, the regular, usual whiny Sneider that we're all used to at this point. And even in the second round, Chance got opponent's choice. Sneider could have given him something that would trip him up. But nope. He knows he's an inner geekdom player, sorry. And he just went and gave him Wizarding World. Again, this is the type of mistakes he would not have made had he had, if he had, Roxy in his corner. I can't believe I forgot her name right now. That's embarrassing for me. Anyways, I was more focused on the fact that whatever points I actually got during this match kind of got erased, but I mean, it's completely irrelevant. I got 0 points in round 1, and even in the category I'm supposed to be good at, which is Wizarding World, I only answered 3 questions correctly. I mean, I got 4 total. I can't even remember when I got my 4th one, but whatever. That's irrelevant. That was quite possibly my worst match ever as a reactor, but it's singles, so what do I care? Still, you know, Wizarding World, like I said, it's a category I'm usually pretty good at, so maybe that's why I care, or should care. Whatever. Either way, this was a pretty interesting, fun match to react to, and Chance, the main man, is going up against either his faction mate, Adam Collins, or a person I believe he never actually got a chance to play, JTE. I think he never played him. I can't remember. Either way, should be a very interesting match coming up next, and yeah, can't wait to watch it tomorrow, because right now I'm tired, and clearly, as evidenced by that stupid Bob Hoskins question that I should have gotten but missed, I need some sleep. So I'll see you all next time I have some time and strength to watch and react to a Schmoedown match. See you then. Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.